Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Yield Today, episode number 58. I'm talking about the need to continue. I don't want to take up too much of your time today, seeing as this is a midweek episode. There's two reasons why I'm recording a midweek episode, but we'll get to those later on in the episode. I just really wanted to talk a little bit about this topic as it's something I'm very passionate about. I'm going to share an analogy, some quotes, and some other thoughts that I hope will be helpful for you with being able to continue the side hustle, the job, the classes, all these different things that you might be struggling right now with, and hopefully give you some insight. Get a pen and paper, maybe think about these things as I'm sharing them and how it applies to you in your life. With that said, let's just jump right into it. I remember back in my Boy Scout days, there were times where we'd all get to be around a campfire, and it didn't matter who was speaking. There was always that tension, and sometimes there was hot dogs or hot chocolate, and I can just almost taste it thinking about it. Just great times. That was the first time I think I had bratwurst, was on a Boy Scout campout. Oh, life was changed from that moment. Anyway, with everything you do in life, you're creating sparks. You are able to help other people if you desire. There's a quote that says, "A heart can inspire other hearts with its fire." Let's bring this back to the campfire. With this podcast, I have created, and we are creating, a campfire, so to speak, where people can come and listen and hopefully get some advice, get some inspiration, learn from guests, learn from different people. And people, they have their time at the campfire and then they walk away and do their other thing. But inevitably, we all come back together, and I love being able to help people gather and share thoughts. And, when you're going after a dream, that's really what I want to help people with, is that, and especially that process of learning and growing that occurs. Because when you are trying to build something big or even something small, any kind of side hustle thing, you're inevitably going to get to know yourself much, much better than you already do. And that will require some pain, require some changes. And the campfire atmosphere is a perfect one, so you can get some of the advice, perspective you need to keep going. However, if you decide that you are done and you're not going to keep going, we can no longer benefit from your insights. You could think about this in a lot of different ways. We're going to make it really basic. Let's say that school is really difficult for you right now. I know it's definitely had some bumps in the roads for me lately. Let's say you decided just to quit and to go home or go back to foreign country, wherever you were from, and just settle for something less. From that moment on, you are no longer able to be in that campfire, really. I mean, you can, but you really have that one shot, honestly. Like, you could come back to college, sure, but you only have your one chance to have your first chance. When I was in high school, I only had one chance to make the basketball team my freshman year, and I didn't even know that the team was happening at the time. Sophomore year, I only had one chance. And so it helps to just remember that you are needed. You are so infinitely valuable, and that is something I really want to communicate in the podcast, that there's always hope. You are so much more than you realize. There are so many different things you can work with, that you can grow with, and even your biggest weaknesses could become a wonderful message that you could share with people. So you can make your own campfire, make your own product, make your own anything, and be able to inspire those who are struggling. Because it's a lot of things I share on this podcast I've struggled with in the past, focus, etc. And I still struggle with those things. And so with moving forward in life, I hope you will remember this quote: "Don't die with your music still in you." That quote has helped me a lot in my life with going after opportunities, not wasting the light and the voice that is within, that is seeking to get out of my soul. It seems 24/7, and it always leads to good things, because I try to do good things with those assets and those things that God's given me. But yeah, life is difficult. Life is hard. There's a storm raging outside, maybe literally, maybe physically. etc. But I just wanted you to know you always have a place here, and I'll always pull up a log for you to sit on. And I hope you feel the warmth of this podcast. Just know I love you, appreciate you. I just realized that I did not share the 2 reasons why I recorded this episode, the special midweek episode. Number 1 is because the most recent episode I put out of the podcast, I messed up a little bit on the editing and included like a 2-second weirdo silence at the beginning. So that was one reason I had to redo that. And the second reason, while I was donating plasma recently, I just had all this come to mind. So we made it an episode. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely had a great time recording it. I don't really know what the future holds for this podcast, but I know it's bright. I know that your future is bright as well. So thank you so much for listening. Always appreciated. And don't forget to yield today, and it will.